Yo, ha Bill never said. What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Bill Never Said, coming back with another quick video. And today I kind of want to talk about a little bit something in terms of the sneaker game, because a lot of people have been hitting me up asking, Milt, what's going on, man? What's the secret to you copying things that, listen, I got you covered. So I'll say that to say this. Lately, actually in today's society, a lot of people, including myself at times, just love to speed. And I mean, in all types of forms, whether you're driving on the road, whether you're supermarket shopping, which I don't do the whole speed thing, and I still can't grasp the concept of that, where people just running up and down aisles, just grabbing anything, could be grabbing expired items, but whatever. I mean, let's touch back on the topic here at hand. Patience is key, especially in the sneaker community, and I cannot say that enough. So when I see sneakers that drop the day or the release date, and then you find out that the shoe quantity is low, whether it be whatever hyped up shoe is low, it's going to be hard to get, etc., etc. Oftentimes, what I want people to understand, and I said this in the beginning of the year, is that in the midst of this pandemic, whether you want to blame the pandemic or how Nike does their marketing approach, you've noticed that there's certain quantities that usually release during the release date, and it's nowhere near the total amount of what they actually have. What I mean by that, so I'll give you an example. Let me pull these out real quick. So the UNC 4s, when this dropped out, I think I was able to grab two pairs. One locally around one of my foot sites. I think it was Finish Line, if I'm not mistaken, because I did a mall vlog on there. And then the other on the sneakers app. But keep in mind, on the release date, these were limited. Then all of a sudden, there was a Jordan's Pass. There was Second Chance, Exclusive Access, Sneakers Pass. I mean, you name it. There's so many different types of other chances to get a hyped up shoe. A general release, or a GR is what they like to call it. No need to freak out. I mean, the UNC ones, the Hyper Royals, the Jordan ones, those shoes restocked how many times this year? And it's already, what, August, or it's getting close to August. And I can ultimately guarantee you it's going to restock again. You got to be patient. Patient. Don't trip out just because the day of the release you didn't get it. And now all of a sudden the sneakers app is trash. This foot site is trash. What I believe, and truly what I believe, it could be two things or two methods behind the marketing of shoe releases, especially hyped up releases. The first thing being what's available during the release day. You can sit there and go in every single cook group you want. But at the end of the day, the numbers that they're putting up are probably the numbers that are projected to release during that day. However, it may not be the numbers that Nike actually really has. You get what I'm saying? So let's just say 40,000 pairs of the UNC 4s are being released on the day of. But who's to say that all 40,000 release? Who's to say that 40,000 is the actual total of number of pairs that Nike really has? What about the other shipments that haven't gotten from overseas to over here? And if you notice, there were previous reports that there's certain production companies overseas that Nike has where they can't produce as many shoes due to the whole pandemic. Now, whether you want to believe that or not, it is possible. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when you look at Port Authority, right, over here in the States, and when these shoes get dispersed to where they need to go, whether it be Foot Locker, Champs, all that stuff, or even Nike's warehouse themselves, they get that delayed. And because of that, now all of a sudden, let's just say 40,000 pairs did get released. But that's why you have the Second Chance, the Exclusive Access, the Jordan Reserve that we kept seeing. And it's just because that likely means there were actually more than 40,000 pairs made, and they're being shipped over, and Nike's reselling them as well, just for people that didn't get it the day of. So bear in mind, patience is key, because there are quite a few shoes that released earlier this year that I couldn't get, that I didn't worry about. Why? Because I knew there was going to be a Jordan Reserve, a Second Chance, Exclusive Access, sneakers pass. I mean, you name it. It goes on and on and on. These are different types of naming conventions, but it gives you, the user or the consumer, a second chance to get the shoe that you wanted to get. Now, I'm not talking about the whole hype money-wise and reselling and all. That's not me. These are for people. This video is for manual users who really wear the shoe and you're looking forward to getting the shoe but couldn't get it the day of the release. Patience is key. So, just not too long ago, there was a Jordan Reserve, the first one. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. And it was a series of shoes that released. And I went after a couple of them. Didn't expect to hit on this one. So I'm going to reveal what this box, or what's inside this box. And you probably already know based off the box itself if you are a Jordan fan. So you know that this is a Jordan 1 box. Got the Nike box right here. But I hit on a size 12.5 for a shoe that I knew was going to release multiple times. And I don't think this is over yet. So let me put this down here. Whew, man. And I'm talking about the Jordan 1 Shadow 2.0s. I saw these shoes and I saw people wearing them. And quite honestly, when you look at this colorway, this is so easy going. It's just, you can wear this with almost anything in your wardrobe. So, excuse me. While it seems like the shoe itself, for most people, it's not reselling for high, that's fine. Because for people that actually want to wear the shoe, now's the time to actually go get it. And listen, I can tell you right now that I feel like even as a reseller, for those that do resell, not me, what I notice is that like during school time. So for people that don't buy shoes like these are probably low in value. And as a consumer like me that buys and wears shoes, that is perfect. There is nothing wrong with that. But from a marketing standpoint, for people that are running a business, a shoe company, you're probably going to invest in these. Why? Because eventually they're going to be out of stock. Eventually, kids do go back to school. You get what I'm saying? So more purchases will be made for sneakers. But for right now, summertime, everybody's relaxed, going on vacation, et cetera, et cetera. So, like I said, this whole Nike thing with the Jordan Reserve, second chance, exclusive access, I feel like that also could be a marketing scheme, right? If you think about it. There's certain shoes that release, certain types of shoes that release in limited quantity the day of. You feel like you're left out, right? Everybody else is rocking it. Your friends have it. You seeing it. Yeah, you know, some people are in their feelings. Some people are jealous. But then you get that second chance to purchase something that you couldn't get. And oftentimes what's going to happen? Impulse buy. You're going to buy it. Look at me. But I'm going to buy it because I wanted to buy it. You know what I'm saying? You go back to 4 or 5 years ago. You could go to certain foot stores and see certain Jordan retro shoes just sitting. I mean, sitting on the shelves. Now, you can't find a Jordan shoe. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them sitting like they used to sit 5 years ago. So it's crazy. The whole evolution of the shoe game's been changing. But I'm here to tell you, when it comes to certain shoes that you coveted back then, earlier in the year, just know that you will always have a second chance. All the sneakers L's you're taking on the app, that stuff eventually will add up. And I'll say that to say this. That's what led to this. At one point during the last year, I think I had a 5-month, I want to say a 5-month timeline where I was just taking nothing. I don't mean nothing but L's on the sneakers app, and almost like something's got to give. And I think I went to go pick up a shoe locally at one of my foot stores, came home, looked at my tablet, and then I saw, hey, early access for you. Bam. Off-white sale Jordan 5s. You never know when sneakers will surprise you. Before I go, because I'm not doing the on feed for the shadows, you know, everybody can see this shoe 19 million times. Before I go, I want to say this. Check your inbox. Sneakers app, your inbox, not your notifications. Don't just look for the notification, your inbox. Because you never know when Nike just hands you something. And this has happened to me. I'm saying, look, I'm trying to put everybody on game because this happened to me a couple times. where I didn't check my inbox in the sneakers app. And in my sneakers app, I see early access for this, early access for this, early access for this. I'm thinking to myself like, could have had it, but in my mind, I'm always thinking I got to see a notification pops up that gives me access to the shoe, and I don't even check the inbox of my own sneakers app to, let me know that you got early access. You might want to cop right now. They only give you a time window to cop certain shoes, but thankfully, when I came home and saw the inbox for this on my wife's account, hit this. So just keep that in mind. Look, I know there's L's, but you never know when those L's will add up to something big. With this Travis Scott Jordan 1 low coming out, who knows how many pairs there are, but for somebody that's been taking L after L after L, I guarantee there's going to be a few people out there that's going to be able to cop that shoe, even though they weren't able to cop, I'd say for the rest of the year, previously, I should say. So you never know, but patience is key. I keep telling people that. You don't have to be the fastest in the draw. Today, I hit on the Blazer Low Sakai, right? The gray one. And I think I entered the raffle with 4 minutes left. I didn't even do it when, as soon as I hit the 10-minute mark and boom, I got to start now. 4 minutes left and hit on that shoe. And a lot of people I know that was going after that shoe said that they started 10 o'clock. Now, that's not to say that that's the recipe for getting shoes from the sneakers app when it's draw related. But sometimes being the first and being the quickest, it's not always good. And I'm going to go back to the whole driving thing. Listen, because you're driving fast. I know a lot of people like to feel like they're on top of the world. It's impressive, but nobody knows who you are because you're driving so fast, right? Nobody sees your face. If you slow down, people will be able to see you. Same thing with the grocery shopping. People go grocery shopping. They're flying up and down the aisles. You're not really checking these items as you're picking them up, and you could get the manager special. And for those that know and work in the supermarket industry, you know that manager special could be an expired piece of item, right? You don't check the date of expiration, but you pick it up and you're going. So patience is key. Same thing in the sneakers game. So for those that did not cop, again, stay patient because there will be another Jordan Reserve. There will be another second chance. There'll be another early access. There will be, I want to say, a sneakers pass, right? Exclusive access, which is also another one. You name it. Nike will eventually get to your account, eventually. And it could be a month, 2 months. It could be next year. They'll eventually get to your account, and they'll surprise you when you least expect it. But for now, stay patient. Your boy, Magnificent. Shout out to Nike. Really appreciate that. Jordan 1 Shadow 2.0s in the building with that smooth suede. I know people were like, the leather's not that good, but the quality on these is all right. 12 and a half, too. We all know what time it is when it comes to size 12 and a half. It's so very, very, very rare. It's the unicorn size. But it's the only size I wear in Jordan 1s. Your boy Magnificent, it is Saturday. Stay patient. Patience is key. And you guys, stay blessed.